Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, most of us have adding and subtracting fractions down pat. There are a couple that need just a little bit more instruction on it. And there are kids in the Bahamas who emailed me and said, hey, can you make a few more of these adding and subtracting fractions videos? And I'm like, sure, can I stay at your house when I go to the Bahamas? And they'll be like, my dad has a condo you can stay in. You don't even have to stay in with us. And I'm like, oh, yeah. So when I get fired, I'm going to go live in the Bahamas. What do you think about that? Huh? So if you don't see me tomorrow, you know it already happened. So, adding, subtracting, fractions. We just have a few steps. Finding the common denominator. Making equivalent fractions with that common denominator. Add or subtract, paying close attention to the sign. And then simplify, leaving no improper fractions. So we're going to start with, let's go 4/18 plus 2/6. No, just relax. I'll call on people with Team Shake. I mean, I paid $1.99 for it. I want to make sure I get my money's worth. Is that what you were doing? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, Serena's not in here when he does it. Joe Michael, can I add these two fractions like they're currently written?
No.
Why not, Joe Michael?
Because 2/6, the denominators are the same as the 40.
Good. We have two different denominators. We have 18 and 6. Now, Joe knows what the common denominator is, right, Joe? What is it? 18. But if Joe didn't know, he would take his 18 and his 6, these two denominators, and he would multiply them out till he found the first number they have in common, also known as the least common denominator. Is there ever a most common denominator? No. No, because 36 would be a common denominator, and 48 would be a common denominator. You could just keep going. Since numbers keep going, you're never going to have a greatest common denominator. But you want least because that's going to be the less simplifying for you. I'm trying to make it simplifying for you. All right, so now my friend Joe has told me that 18 is our least common denominator. We proved it by doing the work over here. I don't remember how to do this. Well, that's why I'm recording on video, so when you have to do problems like this, you just go back and look at the video, and you'll be like, oh yeah, that's the first step. Oh yeah, that's the second step. Oh yeah, that's the third step. Oh yeah, that's the fourth step. Oh yeah, that's the oh, okay, never mind. I kind of got caught in a loop there. All right, so now we are going to make equivalent fractions. They have to have a denominator of 18. And we know our answer is going to have a denominator of 18 because we add fractions together. As long as they have the same denominator, we don't change the denominator. So, Ava, what do I multiply by 18 to get 18? 1. It's already over 18. I don't even have to mess with that, really. I mean, if I put times 1 out there, that's so I'm just going to leave it 4/18 because, you know, really, pshaw. Who needs that? Ava, what do you multiply by 6 to get 18? Can I always go over here? Good. See, if I've got this written down, I've already done the math for me. So it is 3. If I multiply my denominator by 3, I must also multiply my numerator by 3. And Ava, 2 times 3 is? 6. 6/18 is exactly the same value as 2/6. Just like 2/4 is the same value as 5 dimes. 5 pennies is the same value as a nickel. It's the same. I didn't change it. I didn't take that dollar and get $14 back. No, the same. Now, if one of you ever becomes president, I won't because of my criminal history, but if one of you ever becomes president, go to the metric system. It's so much easier. So much easier. I mean, you're really just moving a decimal point. I mean, as long as you know your left and right, you can. I'm just saying. All right, let's see who my next volunteer is. Emily Kate, what are we doing? Adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing? Adding. You always want to go back over there and look at that sign. All right, Emily Kate, 4 18ths plus 6 18ths is 10 18ths. Now we have to go to step 4. I already know we can simplify this because they're both even. If both numbers are even, then I can always simplify it by 2. But what if they're not even, Mr. McMurdo? How can we tell what we divide by? Mr. McMurdo, can you show us? Please show us! Well, you find the greatest common factor of 10 and 18, our numerator and denominator. To find the greatest common factor, you list your factors. 1 times 10, 2 times 5. What kind of number is 10?
It's
Composite, good. 18, is 18 prime or composite? Composite, because we'll have 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6. Now, we look at our 2 list of factors, our factors for 10, not multiples, factors for 10. We have a 1, this has a 1. A 2, this has a 2. They have nothing else in common. Therefore, our greatest common factor is 2. So my greatest common factor equals 2. That means I can simplify. If I'm going to divide the numerator by 2, I must also divide the denominator by 2, because I don't want to change the value. I don't want to change the value. I don't want to go to Eli's store and give him a $5 bill, pay something that costs $4.96, and he gives me $5.27 back. Well, I mean, I want to, but Eli wouldn't be in business very long. So, Eli A! What is 10 divided by 2?
5.
5. Eli A! What is 18 divided by 2?
9.
9. And since we did divide by the greatest common factor, the answer for that problem is 5/9. Is it proper or improper? Proper. So I don't need to mess around. It'd be improper if the numerator is not smaller than the denominator. That would be improper. All right, so let's go here. We should try a subtraction one. That'll be fun. Yes, let's do it. Okay, you don't have to yell. All right. Let's go with 5 6 minus 3 4.
It's in our class, guys. We just
And we got to go back to Team Shake because I paid $1.99 for it. I want to make sure I get my money's worth. Anthony, can I add those fractions like they're currently written?
No,
No. Why not, Anthony?
because they don't have the same denominator.
They don't have the same denominator, so I need to find a common denominator for 6 and 4. So I could list my multiples out: 6, 12, 18, 4, 8, 12. Ooh, what is the common denominator, Anthony?
12.
12. All right. 24 is a common denominator. If I just multiplied 6 times 4, I'd get 24. That'd be common denominator. But the bigger your common denominator is, the more you have to simplify. Just saying. So we've done step 1 here. Now we have to make equivalent fractions with this. And we'll call on Zoe. What do I multiply by 6 to get 12? 2. If I multiply my denominator by 2, I must also multiply my numerator by 2. And Zoe, my new numerator is 10. So 5 6 and 10 12 are exactly the same value. Exactly the same value. This is Team Shake, $1.99. Leilani, are you here? Yeah, there you are. What do I multiply by 4 to get 12, Leilani? 3, good. 4 times 3 is 12. If I multiply my denominator by 3, I must also multiply my numerator by 3. Leilani, 3 times 3 is? 9. I must go back and check my sign. This is a subtraction problem. If I added, and I've done everything right, except I didn't do the right sign, that would be stinky. Because I could do all the math right and get it wrong because I did the wrong sign. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, so we go, say, Colin, I got somebody to do the hard math here. Aiden, 10 twelfths minus 9 twelfths. 1 12. I don't even need to find the greatest common factor because I know a fraction with a numerator of 1 cannot be simplified. We'll keep doing it until we get it through our thick skulls how to do it. Yes, sir.
Well, what if, like, the problem would be like 10 twelfths minus 10 twelfths? What would happen?
It'd be 0. Same as if you had 14 candy bars and I went over there, punched you in the face and stole them, and I had 14, you would have 0. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Boom, chocolate, peace out. God bless. Love you. Do something kind today. Bring your teacher a Dr. Pepper. Bring me a Dr. Pepper.